I should feel better now than at any other point in my life, because then I look at the good ones, and 2 years ago they were part of bringing me out here to speak. And that was the extent of their activism. And since then, they've had a store that survived 300 police visits, 50 arrests in their store. Like, I might have cracked. I'm thinking, I'm tough. I might have cracked if after 50 arrests in my store, I think, geez, maybe I should be looking for a new career. They defied them, and now they don't get those visits. They don't get those arrests. The global news has come in there. They've got all their local candidates for the NDP were elected. They were campaigning heavily for that. Our influence is being felt in every community. When I say Hamilton is hardcore, they are hardcore. They have not, there's nobody in the world that's had 300 visits and is still in business today, I tell you that. Absolutely, 300 visits. You know, and it's very selective, a lot of this prosecution. By the way, all my best friends have charges. It sounds like a Willie Nelson song. So all my best friends have charges because, you know, as I look out, G13, they got charges, and of course, the big Chris Goodwin has charges. Always the most trivial, you know. And who else has charges in this? Hands up if you got charges. I know. And Adam up in smoke. That's right. Who else has charges here? Marc, you still have charges? All right. Okay. And you have charges? Oh, of course I know about your charges. Getting stopped on the highway, right? Okay. Well, that's the other side. I'd like to say that when you're busted, and to people, David, of course, has been busted a million times. What am I saying? Let's have a hand for David Mulder. I'll tell you why. I've known David now just over 10 years, 10 and a half years. I met him in the summer of 1995. He's probably the only guy that, you know, in that scene from Jaws where Robert Shaw goes up to Richard Dreyfuss and they comes here and scarred. Oh my God, do you think that's one? Well, that David and I 17 times, rated 6 times. I've seen 24 jails, and David probably comes at least relatively close to that. So I want to pay homage to David Mulder, who went, the only Canadian since the Charter of Rights who's gone to the Supreme Court. And David, and I hate to say this because I hate to say David's greatest moment is behind him. I hope none of our greatest moments are behind him. But if David Mulder is remembered for stuff on computers, there's nothing there. The only evidence they need against me is the fact that I've admitted I sent millions of seeds all over the world, especially in the United States. And I wanted people to grow lots of pot, tons of pot everywhere. I point out that the whole point of that was so that the DEA would be completely thwarted. The whole purpose of all that pot was so they could never eradicate it. So where there's no disagreement on the facts. But I'd like to tell people this before we get to 420 quite shortly, is that I face a longer sentence than you get for multiple murder in Canada. For something that no one's even ever gone to jail for 1 day here in Canada. No one's ever gone to jail for selling seeds. The last guy got a fine for seeds was a guy named Ian Hunter, and he got a $200 fine in the year 2000. Since then, no one's been charged. There's over 100 businesses selling seeds, 50 here in Ontario. They buy ads in every magazine, including Cannabis Culture, Skunk Heads, all of them, High Times, tons of seed sellers selling all over the world. And the funny thing is that even the 10 years they want to give me for money laundering is for giving money away to all these groups for peaceful democratic change. $4 million I gave away to all these great things, you know, the Supreme Court case, compassion clubs, legal fees for medical bills for activists all over. It was great. It was a wonderful thing. People send me a ton of money and I give it all out. It worked perfectly. Worked too perfectly. So that now I'm considering, okay, we're getting to 420. So I just want to say, thanks for everybody who's been supportive of me during that period, and smoke them if you got them. It's 420 here in Toronto. Toronto Unlimited, as they say at City Hall. So after we smoke that, I'll introduce my friend Alan Young, who I think is speaking next. But for now, it's wonderful to be here. I'm having a fabulous time. I hope you continue to read Cannabis Culture magazine, which I have a big box and bag for people, and I'll give it out to you shortly. So.